General Hospital, GH, spoilers revealed that on Monday, March 4th, Steve Burton made a triumphant comeback, his second return to the ABC soap, as Jason Stone Cold Morgan. The comeback news stunned fans when Burton himself announced the news on the show's primetime special in January, delivering the line "Happy Anniversary, General Hospital. Stay tuned. Big things are coming to Port Charles." He talked to Selby about this epic soap comeback, and we have the deets for you here. Fans last saw Jason in 2021, at which time Burton declined to get the network's mandatory COVID-19 vaccine. He told Selby, "I'm super grateful for the opportunity to come back and share myself as a new person," noting that the set always felt like home. He added, "Obviously, I had to leave and all those things, but I changed a lot in those 2 years myself." After his on-air announcement, social media blew up, and Burton said of that spot, "I think it was a huge surprise for everybody and the timing couldn't have been more perfect." Jane Elliott Tracy and I were talking in the makeup room. She goes, "Can you believe they still call me?" And I go, "Can you believe I'm 53 and they're still calling me? We're so grateful, you know? It's pretty cool." Burton also noted that he has 3 of Jason's signature black shirts in his backpack, new fresh ones, all the time. "So I'm ready wherever I am." And now, especially with the comeback, there's no hiding in public anymore. With people, it can be out of sight, out of mind a little bit. Maybe someone will recognize me when I'm out and about, but now that my return has been in the press and everything, it's "here comes the guy with the spiky hair and black t-shirt." That could be Jason. Oh, it is. Burton also dished on reconnecting with his GH co-stars, including Finola, Hughes, Anna, and Willow. That's Kate McMullen, Willow Tate. He joked that Chad Duell, Michael, and Josh Swickard, Chase, are like my 2 sons, apparently. They're such great guys and such kids at heart still, and I see them as kids even though they're, I don't know, 30-something. We just had Josh on our podcast over at Daily Drama. Big Labrador Retriever, like every time I come in the building he's like, adopts excited tone. "Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve." He added that Morris Bernard Sonny came to my first day and it was amazing. Coinciding with Jason's return, GH had a switch in head writers. According to Burton, so apparently there was a whole different story planned, and then the head writer switch happened, and then they kind of rebooted the story arc. I know Patrick Mulcahy, one of the new head writers, a little bit, but I really know Elizabeth Court, who was promoted to co-head writer. There's no one in the building that loves that show, knows the history of the character, and is invested in it 100% than Elizabeth. There has never been a more deserved promotion, ever. Once I know that she was one of the head writers, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. I cannot wait. And it has been exactly that. Everything has been amazing. Burton also commented on how he's changed since his last appearance, saying, without getting too into the weeds about the personal work I've done, I feel that when you come to a place when you have internal peace, which is really what everybody wants, right? It's not even to be happy. It's really to be loved and to have internal peace and not let everything external dictate the internal. I've done this work over the years and I'm at peace. I'm at the most peace I've been in my life, the happiest I've been in my life, the most secure I've been in my life. And I'm not talking about secure financially. I'm just talking about as a human being, and it just gives you this power and focus that you didn't have before, and you can't really understand it until you do it, until you put the work in and you go, oh, I get to control so much. I control what I do. I control my day. I control my habits. I could set myself up for success. Burton went on to say, I'm not gonna leave anything on the table in my life anymore. I always say, we have one life, don't settle. And that goes across the board. With acting, I'm just gonna leave it all on the table, and hey, if it's awesome, it's awesome. And if it happens not to be that day, then it's not. But I always want to go the extra mile in anything I do. I'm just gonna give it 110% every day. That's why I do what I do daily, and I don't miss a day, because really you're training for life. And life is gonna throw things at you. You're gonna go through adversity. It's always about how you handle it. Today, Burton was featured on the ABC Sudsor, with the show choosing to go full throttle and revealed Jason as being involved with the attempts on Sonny's life. Surely there is more to the story, but fans loved every minute of the big reveal and were surprised and happy the show did not draw out the agony of waiting to see their favorite character. Burton addressed the incredible fan love and support he's received over the years by saying, "I want to say thank you for your support over the years. It's an exciting time for me in my life. It's exciting time to be back on General Hospital, and I can truly say that they're not gonna be disappointed by this story." And that's a big thing to say because a lot of times you can't, and a lot of times you don't know. But from what I've shot, the scenes I've shot already, no, they're not gonna be disappointed. So I'm excited. I'm super excited to see what the response is going to be. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Tell us, GH, what did you think of one of Daytime's biggest comeback stories? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with GH right now. Come back here often for General Hospital spoilers, news, and updates. General Hospital spoilers report Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, is back on Port Charles soil, and GH fans couldn't be happier. But some of us may not be so delighted with the person he's morphed into in the time that he's been away. And it could take some time for the truth about why he's so seemingly different to come to light. One prevailing theory is that John Jagger Cates, Adam Harrington, somehow managed to rescue Jason from the crumbled tunnel atop of him, save his life, and reprogram him to use him as a weapon against Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and the rest of the mob. But few have considered that Jagger may not have programmed Jason merely to be a servant of the justice system, but may have programmed him to return to his roots, the way he wishes he could have helped his little brother, Michael Stone case, Michael Sutton, years ago. While there has never been a problem bringing people back to life on GH, we all have to admit that bringing Stone back to life would be reaching. It would also upend and virtually undo one of the most impactful storylines in television history. GH broke down barriers surrounding HIV and AIDS controversy and made knowledge of it a household norm. But bringing Jason back is exactly what everyone wants. Though Sonny may come to regret missing his friend so much when he realizes what's been done to him. Years ago, a car accident left Jason Quartermaine, Steve Burton, unable to remember who he was. Sonny took him under his wing, much the same as he did with Stone, and molded him into someone entirely different from who he always was. Jagger can't turn back the clock with Stone, but he can try to give the Quartermaines back their family member while robbing Sonny of the most important person in his life all over again. Jagger knows he can never make Sonny truly understand how it felt for him to watch his brother spiral out of control and die at the hands of the mob's influence. While Sonny never held a gun to the kid's head, he did introduce him to a world of danger that ultimately claimed his life when he developed AIDS. In the pursuit of an eye for an eye justice, Jagger wants to take the closest thing Sonny ever had to a brother and ruin it for him before his very eyes. Nothing hits Sonny harder than betrayal, and learning that it was his brother-in-arms who tried to kill him just might be the straw that breaks this mob camel's back. Jagger would love nothing more than to rub salt in this wound of Sonny's and ensure that he knows he will never see his beloved Jason again, even though he is alive. The Jason that is coming back to town won't be anybody's favorite, and we have to question what impact that will have on the entire community. He has 2 children, and while he won't be Sonny's mob enforcer anymore, he is quite obviously someone else's. Is being a killer less harmful to this family if he's killing the bad guys now instead? Stay tuned for more GH news and spoilers to see how this plays out. General Hospital, GH, spoilers suggest that fans are gearing up for Steve Burton's explosive return to Port Charles, as Jason Morgan will reappear on the soap on Monday, March 4. It's hard not to be reflective when it comes to the character's major GH comeback, and viewers have recently been remembering Stone Cold's over 3 decades on the show since the big announcement about his return was revealed in January of this year. From favorite Jason romances to favorite storylines and friendships, fans can't help but wonder what Stone Cold will be up to when he returns. This prompted a question presented to Burton about his favorite scene on the show during a recent podcast. GH spoilers hint that Jason's return should bring some bombshells. The character has had quite a life since Burton entered the role in 1991. During his recent daily drama podcast, which he hosts with fellow Gurr, Bradford Anderson, Damian Spinelli, the two actors answered some burning questions from fans. One that came up was Steve's favorite Jason scene over the years. Upon hearing the query, Anderson stated that's a tough one, while Burton agreed with his co-host, noting, "It's just so hard." While Burton didn't give the exact time or date of the scene, he notes it was sometime between the late 90s and early 2000s. It was one he did with Morris Bernard, Sonny Corinthos. That was about 6 minutes in the back of a limo and looked like a movie. Burton goes on to say it was just really cool and his last scene of the day before he left, and there was a lot of emotion around it. Steve states it turned out super cool. What's your favorite Jason Morgan scene? Are you excited about Steve Burton's return to GH? Share your thoughts below. Watch the popular soap daily so you don't miss an exciting moment, and visit this site for the best General Hospital news and spoilers. GH spoilers suggest fans were blown away by the Monday, March 4 episode during Jason Morgan's, Steve Burton, official return to Port Charles. Some questions were answered about the mystery shooter vying for Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard. But there were plenty of question marks once the show ended. So why has Jason stayed away from Port Charles for so long? GH spoilers suggest that many fans believe Jason would either be suffering from amnesia or brainwashed upon his return. After Monday's show, it's clear that neither is the case. He was in his right mind, as not only did he protect Sonny and stop the shot that was going to be taken at the mob boss from above the warehouse, but he couldn't leave Dan Falconer, Dominic Samprana, behind after he was shot twice. Plus, he shot his accomplice to further protect Sonny's son. Jason not only remembers Sonny and Dante, but he also proved his loyalty to them. GH spoilers indicate one confusing piece to the puzzle was that Jason was with Roman Hume, Mark Engelhardt, during his scenes. Fans recall Hume was affiliated with Pikeman and was the go-between for negotiations when John Brennan, Charles Major, was in the picture. Brennan was sent to prison for his illegal doings, and nothing has been heard of from Hume since. As odd as it was to see Jason atop the warehouse roof, it was downright shocking to see him with Roman Humes. Has Hume taken the lead? Has he picked up where Brennan's left off? Could it be that Jason was recruited by Pikeman and he played a General Hospital spoilers and updates for the week of Monday, March 5, Friday, March 8, 2024. Tease shocking evidence, shots in the dark, and he's back. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, mysteriously reappears in Port Charles. His mission is just as mysterious. Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, Ava Jerome, Maura West, Selena Wu, Lydia Look, and their bodyguards and henchmen are at the warehouse for their negotiation, which in reality is a trap. The intention is to lure the mob boss murderer who most recently killed Olivia Jerome, Tonda Walker, and is believed to be targeting Sonny, Selena, and Ava. From Sonny's interrogation of Selena's traitor bodyguard lead, Samuel Wang, they know that the boss goes by the name Stone. Unknown to any of them, a sniper perches high above them, his scope trained on Sonny. Sonny, oblivious to the threat, says, "Since we're here, let's get down to business." Elsewhere, after the meeting which is interrupted, Ava and Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, look at surveillance feeds on a laptop. Sonny had tasked Spinelli with setting up a system. Neither one can believe their eyes. Ava says, "Oh my God, it can't be, it's him, isn't it?" Could it really be? Could Jason Morgan be Stone, short for Stone Cold, and the boss who's supposedly dead? Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, had learned from his interrogation of O'Neill Jeff Leaf that the boss they were looking for was said to be dead. Several questions arise. Is it really Jason? And why Spinelli knows Jason in his right mind would never target Sonny, and besides, Jason doesn't miss when he shoots. But on the other hand, Jason would know the surveillance system on Sonny's island. He was the one who set it up. Dan Falconery, Dominic Samprana, and Anna Devane, Finola Hughes are among those who show up trying to stop Sonny and Selena from taking down the suspect. Sonny won't like John Cates, Adam Harrington, stopping him from his plan to catch the vigilant who's been picking off mob bosses one by one, and he'll confront him. Dan has his gun pointed at a suspect dressed in black and looks at him in disbelief, saying, "What the hell?" as Anna elsewhere also looks confused and shocked. Dan's suspect puts his hands behind his head, and as he turns around, it's clearly Jason. After it appeared there were two dressed in dark clothing descending the stairs. Who has opened fire? As Jason is wounded and hides behind a dumpster, did Dan shoot Jason, or did someone else open fire on both of them? Where's the sniper? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with GH right now. Come back here often for General Hospital spoilers, news, and updates.